Hello builders, happy Wednesday. I hope you guys are doing well. I hope that November is starting off strong for you guys. Side note, I'm already loving Team Spirit. Everybody that is in our Team Spirit group and on our Team Spirit team, hashtag Team Fire and Iron. I'm pumped. It's going to be an awesome month. Carly and I have some really great stuff to help you guys with moving your businesses forward. And I just really think that it's going to be a great month. I'm personally already at Success Club 4, which is huge because last month was a struggle for me, and it feels good to start the month strong. So keep pushing, you guys. Like, I really believe that you should be pushing the hardest at the beginning of the month so that you can really wrap your goals up and set yourself up for success. But that's not the reason why I wanted to go live. I basically wanted to go live because I saw a comment that Verita had shared, and we were kind of talking in our Team Spirit group, and she said that I should go live about this because I think it's really important. And that is the importance of getting your challengers set up with the total solution, which is a challenge pack, and not just getting people set up with the base kits. You know what I mean? Just the program and not Shakeology. So, first off, you guys, I just have to say, it's easy. It's easy to get people set up with a base kit, right? They're a lot less expensive. And if people give you any sort of Shakeology objections, it's easy to get them just, okay, here, let me just offer this to you instead. But the thing is, you guys, that at the end of the day, they're going to get better results with their program. They're going to get better results in the challenge group if they have the total solution, which is Shakeology, okay? And you've got to know that if you want to build a business with this, okay, which I know all of you guys want to because this is a business builders group, right? So if you want to build a business with this, your business needs to be centered and modeled around challenge packs and committing to helping your people get started with the challenge pack. Because like I said, it is the total solution. It offers people with, it gets people set up with fitness, nutrition, and support. Okay, and so you've got to think about it this way. And this is my coach Lauren. She asked, or I was talking to her a little bit about this, and she said she had a great point. She said, it really comes down to your goals with this. Do you want to help people, or do you want to build a business focused on helping people? Right? Okay, let me say that again. Do you want to help people, or do you want to build a business focused around helping people? Because if you just want to help people, cool, like, that's awesome. Sure, sign everybody up with a base kit. You know what I mean? Every time people give you a Shakeology objection. But if you're here and ready to build a business and you want to see your income grow and you want to build a thriving team of people that believe in Beachbody and what we offer in our challenge groups, you guys, Shakeology has to be a part of that. Shakeology has to be part of your system, and you got to know that building a business with this has to include Shakeology, okay? So I can tell you this right now. I could probably count on one hand the number of times I've gotten somebody set up with a base kit. I never get somebody started with a base kit. I just never have. In the last 3 years of building my business, I almost never have. And if people tell me, give me objections for Shakeology, you guys, I stand firm in my belief for Shakeology, okay? And it's not a pushy thing, because I tell people, if now's not the right time and you can't financially commit to it, that's okay. I can totally check in with you next month and get you started then, so that you have some time to save up. But I let people know, and I set the expectation, you guys. I set the expectation and say, this is how my groups run. You have to have Shakeology, because I don't set people up with 2/3 of a plan. I get people set up with 100% of a plan so that you can have everything you need to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And it's important to make sure that you are adding value to Shakeology as well on social media. I make it a point every time I plan out my posts for social media every month or every week, I make sure that I talk about Shakeology at least once a week. Because even if people aren't, necessarily reaching out to me, that's planting seeds. Every time they see me to post about Shakeology and drinking it, what it's doing for me, that's, planting that seed about Shakeology with people. You know what I'm saying? So, if people are giving you objections, number one, what I do is I relate back to them. And I be honest and truthful. I say, you know what, I totally understand, because I was the same way. And that's the truth. I'm sure most of you guys, like most people that first get started that don't know anything about Shakeology, you guys are going to give you objections. But you don't have to let them and their objections win. You know what I'm saying? Like, are you actually trying to overcome their Shakeology objections? Or if they give you an objection, you're just like, okay, well, if you don't want Shakeology, that's fine. Let's just get you going with the base kit. Because if that's what you're doing, Miley, come on. Sorry, she's like covering up my camera. If that's what you're doing, you're not, you need to work a little bit harder, okay? It's okay for you to stand firm and set that expectation with your challenger. So like I said, if somebody tells me like, oh no, you know, I don't want that, or I've tried shakes, I've heard all of it, you guys. I've heard so many like excuses for why people don't want Shakeology. A lot of it has to do with money thing. And I relate to them. I say, I totally understand, because my first challenge group, I actually asked my coach if I could just get my fitness program and not get Shakeology. I totally know how you feel. I relate back to them, and I validate their feelings. I say, I know that's totally okay and totally normal. I felt the exact same way. But then I explain, but this is what helped me, you know, decide to commit. You know, and basically I just say that, you know, my coach told me that, you know, it's an important piece of the puzzle. And if I really wanted the best results, I needed to have all the pieces of the plan. And she also let me know that, you know, there's a 30-day money back guarantee. So if I try it for 30 days and I absolutely didn't like it, I could always return it. So for me, I realized that it was really, you know, I didn't have anything to lose. Don't be afraid to use that 30-day money back guarantee, you guys. Like Carl talks about it all the time. Use that guarantee. I use it all the time when people give me a Shakeology objection. But I'm honest and I'm upfront, and I am firm in my belief in Shakeology, because I drink Shakeology every day and I know what it does for me. And so I tell people that. I just say, like, it's part of my program. It's what you got to do, because I believe so much in what it can do for yourself. I've seen what it's done for my challengers. I've seen what it's done for my coaches. And I want you to get the best results in my group. And because of that, I don't want you to be missing any pieces of the plan. So if now is not the right time, that's totally okay. But I really encourage you to make sure that you're saving up, and, you know, when would be a better time for me to check back in with you? Okay, so it's up to you to set the expectation, you guys, okay? I have absolutely no problems, and I usually don't get any issues with people who come back to me and say, well, that's not okay. I should be able to join without Shakeology or something. I don't know. You know what I mean? So I just stand firm, and I just let people know that it's part of the plan. It's part of the plan, and I'm not going to get you set up with 2/3 of a plan. You know what I mean? So even if it means that you are missing out on, you know, that person's getting started with a base kit or a challenge pack this month, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, I would rather that person wait and be able to invest in the full solution instead of just getting them started with a base kit. You know what I'm saying? It's that, like, short-term sacrifice. But that's just why it's so incredibly important to make sure that you're consistent with progress check-ins and follow-ups and inviting every single month, you guys, okay? And remember that if you're selling yourself and you are not just, you know, sitting here blasting products, you know what I mean? People will wait. People will know that, okay, you know, I've seen Alexa share her story. I've heard about all of the changes that she's made because of these groups and because of these programs. So I'm going to wait, and because I want to experience that for myself. You know what I'm saying? So I really just think it's all about your belief and your expectations that you're setting for yourself as well as your challengers. Okay? If you aren't putting any value to Shakeology, nobody is going to put any value to Shakeology. None of your challengers will. You know what I mean? If you say, okay, fine, that's all right, we can just get you set up with a base kit, that's basically totally devaluing Shakeology and saying, you don't need it. It's not an important piece of the plan. You know what I'm saying? So I would rather people wait. And you know what I mean? Sometimes it takes 2, 3, 6 months, 2 years. Honestly, I posted yesterday, I don't know if you guys saw, but I just signed up a challenger yesterday. And you guys, I've been sending her progress check-ins like clockwork once a month. She's ignored me for the last 8 months. The last time she responded to one of my progress check-ins was in March. And before that, she had ignored me in April, and the first time we talked was in January. So January we talked, didn't commit. February, ignored. March, checked in, talked a little bit, fell through again. And then April, May, June, July, August, September, October, no response every single month. But I kept going, and I kept staying consistent. And you know what? She responded back to me yesterday and was like, Alexa, I'm ready. Let's do it. And there was no hesitation. It wasn't pulling teeth. It was from 12:30 to 7 p.m. We just talked about our goals, talked about the program, sent her the video, She signed up immediately, you guys. Okay, so you just got to stick with this and stay consistent. Okay, I could have offered her a base kit back in March when we first reconnected, and she, you know, she gave me a money objection, but I stood firm. I stood firm to my belief in Shakeology and why it's so key to our puzzle. You know what I'm saying? It's a key piece of the puzzle. And she committed, okay? But she just had to go through that time, you know, that 8 months, and you know what I mean? Like, people just need to go through that time, and sometimes they need to get no progress on their own before they see the value. But you have to stand firm. You have to set the bar high, and set that expectation high, and know that we have so many resources to help you with overcoming Shakeology objections, okay? But more than anything, you guys, you got to remember and put yourself in other people's position. They probably think Shakeology is like the same thing as Slim Fast, right? We all know that it's like there couldn't be any more different, right? But they don't know that. So you've just got to be patient with people. Explain why it's so good. Just tell your honest story, because facts tell, stories sell. So tell your honest story. What has Shakeology done for you? Why do you believe so much in this stuff? Okay, and if you don't believe in it, if you realize, or when you're speaking about Shakeology and you don't have belief in it, or you don't have confidence in talking about it, like, that's an important thing, you guys. Like, you just need to be confident, and you've got to own it. You know what I'm saying? Like, own the fact that this shit is $130. Yeah, it's $130. That's cheap for how much that they are getting, right? Like, if you sit down, and Darren Noline did this great Inside Shakeology podcast where they talked about the money thing, why Shakeology costs what it does. If you listen to that, you will be like, OMG. We are spoiled with how much we get in Shakeology and how cheap it is. Yeah, you heard me say that, how cheap it is. Okay, so that's what it's about. Educate yourself on Shakeology. I just realized this. I mean, do you listen to the Inside Shakeology podcast, you guys? Like, that is so much information. And the more that you can understand what Shakeology is, why it's so important, what it does to your body, what it will do for your results, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how you build belief in what this product is and what it does. You know what I'm saying? And when you have belief in it, like, it just comes through. You're not going to feel like weird or salesy or whatever. You will have belief, and you like own it. You know what I mean? Like, I own the fact that Shakeology costs what it does. You know what I'm saying? I am not afraid to tell people that. And I explain why it's so important. Again, I use stories. I don't spew facts. I don't say it's got moringa and shisandra and fucking whatever the hell it has in it. I don't share that information. I just educate myself on that stuff. It builds my own belief, and then I just share my story, and I have confidence when I'm speaking about it. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really chatting. Are you guys understanding? Is this like coming through? Everybody I have 3 people on live. Please share your thoughts on this. I hope, does this help at all in kind of learning how to overcome that Shakeology objection? But you guys, stand firm. Set the expectation for your challenge groups. Okay? You know, like, of course there are exceptions or whatever, but they're very few and far between. I stand super firm in my belief in Shakeology and what it does. And I just use my own story. I share my story to overcome the objection. Because, like I said, I learned this at my very first summit in freaking 2014. Facts tell, stories sell. So use a story. You know what I mean? Don't feel like you need to tell them all the info, but just share. Here, I can even read to you guys right here. I have a snippet saved for Shakeology objections. I have a snippet saved for pretty much everything. But I'll read it to you guys really quick just so you can see what it is that I say. Actually, here, this is perfect. This is perfect example. I have a girl, her name is Tracy. She was going to get set up with Core de Force, right? So I sent her the Core de Force link, checked in with her, see if she got it right. She's like, yeah, I got it, been super busy. I'll get it today. I'll email you. Would it be possible if I could just get the DVD? Will that not qualify me for the group? My funds are super tight. That's what she said. So I got one this morning, you guys, 10:22, an hour ago. So I'll read my response, okay? I said, unfortunately, Shakeology is a requirement for my groups, and that's for the benefit of my challengers because I do not like to get them set up with only a few pieces of the puzzle, you know? You're just going to get better results with your program when you're fueling your body with one nutrient-dense meal a day. And Shakeology is part of the plan that I followed to lose 80 pounds and keep it off for the first time in my life. So I understand where you're coming from, girl. I didn't want to get Shakeology either before my first group. I asked my coach about 3 times if I could just get my fitness program also. So, which is 100% the truth, right? I tried to just get T25. I was like, can I get it without that shake stuff? So I'm being honest, and I okay, let me finish. I said, but she really encouraged me to at least give it a try and then make a decision. I am so glad that I did, because here I am 3 years later, and Shakeology has been a key piece of the puzzle. Once I started to see what it did for my body, I made it a priority in my monthly budget and cut other things out that weren't as important to me as my goals of losing weight, getting healthy, and feeling good about myself again. Sorry for the super long response. I just totally get how you feel because that was me too. But it's worth it if you want to get the most out of your program and have the best experience in the group. Let me know what you think. Would hate for you to have to wait until my December group to join and start working on your goals. Okay? That's what I said. So I hope that helps you guys. Like, I just share from the heart. I relate back to them. I validate their feelings, but then I share my story and what it's done for me. You know what I'm saying? Laura said, it's really helping, thank you. I still just a DVD workout, but I was trying to explain to her what Shakeology has done for me. Yeah, and again, okay, so another thing that I do, guys, is when I'm going through my 5-step invite process, right? So, side note, all of my conversations, once we get on the topic of a challenge group, I go straight into my drafts for my 5-step invite process. So I say, you know, if they're like interested, okay, I want to join, or I want to start working my goals, awesome, let's chat. Let's dig in and see what's going to be the best option for you in the group. So I ask them the questions, go through the interview stage. What are your goals? What's your fitness like? What's your nutrition like? I listen. This is why it's important to be asking them a lot of questions before you even recommend anything to them. Okay? So I try and find something in the conversation that I know Shakeology would help them with. Okay? So a lot of times, for example, people tell me like, oh, I struggle with cravings, or I eat fast food, or, I can never get my workouts in because I have no energy, or, I have the worst sweet tooth cravings, I have the worst carb cravings, I have the worst XYZ cravings. I have a lot of people that tell me that. So I say, I go through my 5-step invite process and I ask them questions, and every time, I relate back and say, oh, I totally know how you feel about those cravings. Like, I struggled with that too. The one thing that helped me so much with that was Shakeology. I went from, binging every single day on Taco Bell to finally being able to get on track with my clean eating and stay consistent with it. So that has been a key piece of the puzzle for me. And can you tell me a little bit more about your support system? You know what I'm saying? I just kind of like leave that little nugget and explain what Shakeology has done, and then I keep asking questions. You know what I'm saying? And then when it comes down to it, so say like we're talking blah blah blah, I have a good idea of what would really help them, and I'm like, okay, based on what you've shared with me, I really think you'd love this program called the 21-Day Fix. It's all about teaching you habits you need to live a healthy lifestyle by focusing on portion control, moderation, and not deprivation. Okay, yeah, you know why I rattled that off? Because I send the same fucking message to everybody, you guys. Like, use your drafts. Side note. I've been sending that same 21-Day Fix suggestion, that same sentence, for the last 3 years, I swear to God. But it works. It works. So anyways, I send people but what I do then is I send them the video for the challenge pack. Okay, did you guys know that for all of the programs, there is a video about not just the program, but the challenge pack? That's the key. So I send them the challenge pack video for 21-Day Fix. And then I say, I follow up, or they respond back. And you guys, I don't even give them the option of ordering a base kit. I say, this is how you get signed up with a challenge pack. There's no other option. And if they start to give me Shakeology objections, like I said, that's when I will say, I'll send them something like that message I read to you. But I tell them, like, this is how I get this is the only way. So again, don't give them the option. Don't let them, you know what I mean? Like, don't let them sign up with a base kit. Like, you're the one that's sending them the enrollment. So if they're signing up with a base kit, that's because you offered that to them. Don't offer it to them. Tell them to wait until they're ready to fully invest in themselves and get the best results. But it's super important, you guys. Like, again, I know that not everybody wants to build a business with this, but not you guys. This is a business builders group. So if you want to build a business, you've got to realize that Shakeology has to be a part of it. You've got to model your business structure around challenge packs and not base kits, okay? Because Shakeology is what is going to build that residual income. Okay, and it's just an important piece of the puzzle. It's a huge important factor in what we offer. You know what I'm saying? I never give them the option. Madeline said, "Yep, and you're really great. You're pretty consistent, Madeline, about hitting Success Club. You've hit Success Club many times. It's the truth. Like, if you don't give them the option, they can't sign up with a base kit. Yeah, they might have to wait. Like I said, like I make that sacrifice, and I would rather them not sign up with me this month than sign them up with a base kit for sure." You know what I'm saying? And once again, you guys, I'll also tell you this, that people are going to be more invested in your challenge groups, and they're going to be more invested in their results and committed to their program when they've invested in the full solution. You know what I'm saying? Like, when they have to actually spend $140 on their challenge pack, like, they're going to be more invested. You know what I mean? I mean, not everybody. I still have, you know, challengers who fall off the face of the earth after they get started, but you know what I'm saying? I just think that it's just super important, okay? Kristen said, I didn't even know a base kit was an option, so that helps. But seriously, Shago is so important. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So for us coaches, like for example, you guys, we can't purchase challenge packs. Like, challenge packs are not an option for us to purchase as coaches, because we already get a 25% discount. And since challenge packs are already at a significant discount, we are not eligible to purchase them. So anytime a new program comes out, like Core de Force, you can get yourself set up with a base kit instead, which is basically everything except for Shakeology. But like I said, I don't give people the option. Like, unless it's like some extreme circumstance or exception, which it rarely is, challenge pack is the only way. So, I hope that this helps, but like I said, just to kind of wrap it up, I feel like the most important thing is, number one, educate yourself on Shakeology, because the more that you can learn and understand why Shakeology costs what it does, the more that you will build your belief and confidence in talking about it. You know what I'm saying? Number two, set expectations for your challengers. Okay? Let them know that this is how it works. If you want to join my group, you've got to get set up with all the pieces of the puzzle. There's no point in setting you up with 2/3 of a plan. Okay? So set that expectation and stand firm on it. Don't be afraid and upset if somebody tells you, no, I don't have the money to invest in Shakeology right now. That's okay. That's your choice. It's not a priority to them right now, or, you know, whatever. But put them on your follow-up list and check in with them next month and the month after that until they're ready. Okay? Because people just need to be ready, and they need to realize that the more that you stand firm on this, the more value that they're going to associate with Shakeology, right? Because if they're like, oh shit, like she won't let me join until I get this stuff, like it clearly must be good for me, right? So set that expectation. And number three, ask yourself this question. Do I want to help people, or do I want to build a business focused around helping people? Because if you want to build a business, Shakeology has to be part of it. Okay? I hope that this was helpful. I really think that this was good stuff I needed to share. Maybe I'll upload this to YouTube so we can have it on hand in the future. If you guys think this was a really helpful video on how to overcome Shakeology objections, or how to handle people that aren't willing to invest in Shakeology, let me know, because I will definitely upload this to YouTube so that you can all easily share this in the future with any of your coaches that maybe will struggle with this. So yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, and I will chat with you soon.